Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm DJ Unification, also known as Double Dragon 912, and today, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Got another top 10 for you guys and girls today, or rather a top 15. Now, today I want to do my top 15 arcade beat-em-ups of all time. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of arcade beat-em-ups out there. I've been blessed to be able to play some of them in my time on this earth. And shouts out to my homie Ben, who hooked me up with MAME, and that's why I'm able to play a lot of these arcade beat-em-ups. I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to emulation, a lot of these games we still able to play. If it wasn't for emulation, a lot of these games would be lost in the shuffle. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, let's get into this. I ain't gonna hold you guys and girls up. I'm gonna do 15 instead of 10 today. Hope y'all like it. So I want y'all girls and girls, guys and girls, I'll get straight in a second. What y'all to do for me today is sit back, relax, and enjoy this top 15 of my favorite arcade beat-em-ups. Let's get into this. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 15 has to be Michael Jackson Moonwalk. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of you guys and girls, my retro fans out there, probably heard of Moonwalker, the one that came out on Sega Genesis, but they did make one in the arcade. It was actually a 4-player arcade game, and you played with all the Michael Jacksons. Michael Jackson, dressed up as the Thriller costume, the Smooth Criminal costume, and awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. As you see in the background, I enjoyed this game. Some people didn't like this game, but I enjoyed this game. I remember playing it back in the day in the arcades, and just your typical beat 'em up. Michael Jackson. What can you go wrong? Michael Jackson in a beat 'em up? You can't go wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen. Do all type of special moves, and whenever you powered up, everybody started dancing with Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson, a lot of people hate on him, but can't hate on what he did. He's one of the greatest entertainers of all time. Probably the greatest entertainer of all time, in my opinion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't gonna say much. Just let the gameplay speak for itself. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 15 has to be Michael Jackson Moonwalk. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 14 has to be Gurl. Gurl, ladies and gentlemen, awesome game. This game is for all you animal lovers out there. This game speaks volumes to animal lovers. See, what this whole game is about, the beat 'em up is about, you play as 2, 3, or 4. I can't remember cause see, I beat the arcade one. They did make a one Gurl on Sega Genesis, but it was just one player. It was a torn down version. But this one was a 4-player co-op, and the whole thing is you a bunch of can't remember what you are, but you try to defend these poachers that are hurting animals, and the whole time you fighting these animal herders. They beating up on hawks and tigers and all kind of stuff. And this game, the animals actually help you. You know what I'm saying? Because you get them free, they'll go beat up the poachers. And it's a pretty tight little game, man. Beat them up at its finest. I enjoyed this game, ladies. I remember I first played, like I said, I played in the arcade, but then I played it again on Sega Genesis, and I beat the Sega Genesis version, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it, man. Just clean, beat 'em up fun, ladies and gentlemen. Gurl, I don't know if I ever seen that too many arcades of Gurl around here. where I'm from. I remember playing it though. I remember playing it and beating it in the arcade. Then I beat it again. Then again, I might have beat it on Sega Genesis first. I can't remember, but it's a great beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, a lot of these arcade games you can't play nowhere. So see if you can either find it on main or see if you can check out the Sega Genesis version. It's pretty good. Ain't got nothing on the arcade version. The arcade version got like 3 or 4 player co-op. Awesome beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 14 has to be Gurl. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 13 has to be Double Dragon 2, the arcade game. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Double Dragon 2, the arcade game, like I said, I first played Double Dragon 2 at the arcade, and this is a highly anticipated sequel to the original Double Dragon game that came out in the arcades. And man, if you play the arcade version compared to the Nintendo version, it's like night and day difference. Don't get me wrong, the Nintendo version tried, it just couldn't do the sprites like, that's Nintendo. It can't do what the arcade do. But it's a tight game, ladies and gentlemen. They added what was going on with Double Dragon. They added on to it. If it wasn't broke, they didn't try to fix it. They added to it, ladies and gentlemen. What was so tight about it, ladies and gentlemen? You had the spin kick. This is where the spin kick first came in handy. Spin kick, and then you had that backwards elbow. And what else? You had the backwards kick on this one, and the control scheme was kind of different from the original Double Dragon. It kind of ticked a lot of people off, but I enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen. And this the one where this one where Marion, she gets shot and killed on this one, which was sad. And the ending was kind of sad, put it like that. But if you play the one on Nintendo, the ending is it's better. And that I think, according to Arc System Works, like Double Dragon 4 and all that stuff, I just say this, they going off the Nintendo ending more so than the arcade ending, which I'm glad they did. That's a good thing that they did do that. But man, Double Dragon 2 beat 'em up at its finest. What more can be said about Double Dragon 2 than what has already been said already? Great beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Beat 'em up classic. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, what number was I at? I'm tripping, Craig. At number 13, it has to be Double Dragon 2, The Revenge arcade game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're keeping this countdown rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 12 has to be the original beat 'em up, in my opinion. I know they made something before this. Double Dragon, the arcade game. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. If it wasn't for this Double Dragon game right here, ladies and gentlemen, we would never have some of y'all favorite beat 'em ups of all time. My beat 'em up fans out there. We wouldn't have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Final Fight, all that stuff. Pretty much based this whole premise off of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the makers of Double Dragon, the maker of Double Dragon. I remember reading somewhere in the article that the guy that made Double Dragon, the reason why he made Double Dragon was he was so pissed off that his girlfriend broke up with him and he just wanted to beat up some punks. So that was inspired him to make Double Dragon. ain't that a trip, boy? I'm telling you, boy. Amazing what sometimes life will throw at you, boy. But anyways, Double Dragon is beat 'em up at its finest. Like I said, I call this the grandfather of the beat 'em ups. And ladies and gentlemen, if y'all want to go check out my top 10 favorite Double Dragon games of all time, I have an iCard going on over there, so y'all can check that out too if you want to. But man, great, beat 'em up at its finest. A lot of people, I remember that a lot of people was confused sometime about the Nintendo version of the Double Dragon, because the Nintendo version of Double Dragon was one player, and the arcade version of it was two players. They're like, it says Double Dragon in the title on Nintendo. Y'all kind of messed up on that, but still, Double Dragon on Nintendo was pretty good. I can't hate on it. Hard as crap, but this ain't hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a quarter munch. It's an arcade game, but beat 'em. When you look, like I said, when you look at your beat 'em ups, look at this game. This is the grandfather of it. They got a lot of their ideas off of this game, trust me. Double Dragon is beat 'em ups at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. All my beat 'em up fans, this is pretty much where some of our favorite beat 'em ups came from. This game right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna shut up. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 12 has to be Double Dragon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming on. We coming on. Let me stop being silly. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 11 has to be Captain Commando. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Commando, I first played on the Super Nintendo. Now, I've had a chance recently, since I beat it on Super Nintendo, to play it in the arcade. And I give Super Nintendo credit. That game is pretty much spot on. The only thing, the difference between it is the fact that you can do only do two-player co-op on the Super Nintendo version, and I think on the arcade version is 3-player co-op, 3 or 4-player co-op. I can't remember. I think it's 3. But great beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of folks didn't know at the time that Captain Commando, when he first came on the scene on Marvel's Capcom, that he came from this game. Beat 'em ups at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. This game is based in the far future of Metro City, and apparently some type of alien entity that tried to come and take over the world, and Captain Commando and his boy Mac the Knife, the baby, the ninja, who my favorite character, and let's see, Captain Commando, the baby, the ninja, and Mac the Knife. Yeah, that's it. Four different players you can pick from, and they just beat them up and hack and slash at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Tight gameplay, Capcom doing this thing with beat 'em ups, man. I love Captain Commando, man. This is one of those beat 'em ups you just go and play over and over again. It's just clean fun. What more can be said, man? Captain Commando, that's where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all want to play Captain Commando now, you ain't got to get main. It's actually Capcom rebrought it back out on called a Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle or Collection. I can't remember I think it's Beat 'em Up Bundle. And this one of the games is on there, ladies and gentlemen. It's out on Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PC, all that. It's out there, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all want to play it? download it. And if you can find a physical version, I think the physical version only came out overseas. Shouts out to my overseas brothers and sisters. But yeah, check this game out, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 11 has to be Captain Commando. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, down to the last 10. Thank you once again for sticking with me for so long. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10 has to be Battle Circuit. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this one I had always heard of, but never played. I played it a few years ago, on the Capcom Beat 'em Up collection, or Beat 'em Up bundle. I keep saying collection. And this was on there. And for the longest, this game was stuck in the arcades. It was only came out in arcades, but now, Capcom finally got off their behind and made it where, everybody can play it. It's on the Beat 'em Up bundle, so all of us can play it now. And this is a great beat 'em up game. I like it. It got the hot alien chick on there. Hot. The guy, he kind of looked like Captain Commando, and it's like then a girl on her ostrich, I think, or something like that. Very weird characters you can play with on this game. It's very unique. And I remember beating this game, but I can't quite remember what the storyline was about. Beat 'em up. But they storylines are everywhere. But this game, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty fun. Y'all will enjoy it. It got all kind of combos and beat 'em up tactics. I mean, it just took beat 'em up to a whole nother level, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just so glad that Capcom decided to bring this mug out of the dungeon, because before this came out on that bundle, we had to, do emulation. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, before y'all toot y'all nose up at emulation, if it wasn't for emulation, a lot of times we would never got a chance to buy this, get this stuff. And of course, whenever it come out on consoles or whatever system it come out on, I try to go there and buy it. But if I can't buy it, I want to play the game, I'm going to use emulation. I'm just being honest. I'm just trying to tell you. Emulation has its good points. It has its bad too, but it has its good points. There's pros and cons and everything, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, I digress. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 10 has to be Battle Circuit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to number 9. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 9 has to be Captain America and the Avengers. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this game came out back in the day before Marvel Comics went all crazy and got all popular. Before we had the stuff we got the Civil War and what else they got? I'm trying to remember the name. I can't remember the name of it. Endgame, all that stuff. Before all this stuff got popular, Captain America was making video games back then. And this game was off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. I first played it in the arcade, and I beat it in the arcade, and I did And I can't remember if I beat it on the Sega Genesis. I don't think I beat it on Sega Genesis because Sega Genesis version was harder because, you know, less continue. And this is one of those games that actually looked better on the Sega Genesis than it did on the Super Nintendo. But it was all the same, lazy. You play with all your favorite Avengers. You play with Captain America, of course. He's his name in the title. Captain America, Vision. You know, Vision looked totally different then than he does now. You know, from the Marvel movies, y'all know. That we all know. I'm talking about y'all. I watched the Marvel movie too. I love them. Let's see. Captain America, Vision, Hawkeye, and Iron Man. Iron Man. All of them are in this game, ladies and gentlemen. This is a beat 'em up at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Ha ha! Thanks, Mr. Quicksilver. Yes. Oh, I mean, this the stuff you say. Man. Ah, man, love Captain America. And then, like the last boss on this game, this ain't spoiling nothing. Last boss on this game was Red Skull. You know, Red Skull doing all the dirty craziness in this game. And just overall, ladies and gentlemen, this is a great game, ladies and gentlemen. Great game. 4-player co-op. In the arcade version, you played 4 players. And on the Sega Genesis version, you know, they had toned it down. It was 2-player co-op. But Sega Genesis version and the arcade version look identical. Not identical, but, you know, you can... You put it like this, you have to go over with a fine-tooth comb to see the differences. Probably the Sega Genesis version, probably the sprites ain't as big, but still, both of them look pretty good to me. But anyways, I digress. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 9 has to be Captain America and the Avengers.
Don't disturb us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 has to be Undercover Cops. Or as the game would say, here she cops, here she cops. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did not know about this game until I think, shouts out to Joe from Game Shack. I watched his video. He was talking about, you know, games left in the arcade and all that stuff, or either that came out on systems, because the Undercover Cops that came out on consoles actually came out on Super Famicom, and it was 1 player, but this Undercover Cops was 2 player. And I did do a full playthrough of this game on my channel. If y'all want to check that out, iCard going across there right now, or, you know, as soon as I be able to, you know, put it up there do YouTube terms. Y'all know how it goes. But Undercover Cops was a very fun game, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed it. You got they got biographies, and they got these guys sitting around the table. You found this out at the beginning. And they said we need to hire some different dudes to go in there, beat up these punks, and take back our streets and take back the society, because there's some big evil corporation that took over, and you trying to, you know, get things straight. And you got one guy on there, he's the karate guy, karate master. You got one guy on there that was a football player. And you got one girl on there, she's kind of hot. She hit you with her booty, you know. And she up there, oh yeah, it's a pretty fun game, ladies and gentlemen. Typical beat 'em ups at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Got all type of electricity powers, and I like it, ladies and gentlemen. It remind me, how can I say, a mix of Brawl Brothers. Little Brawl Brothers in there, Peachkeeper, you know, the recipe series I was telling y'all about. It got a little bit of that in there, but I enjoyed this game. I wish they would make a sequel, but I don't know. This company probably ain't nowhere to be found. Ain't no telling. I would love to see a sequel to this, because I beat this game and I enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen. I think you guys and girls will enjoy it too. Check out, like I said, check out my playthrough on it. See what y'all think. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 has to be Undercover Cops. Here she cops. Here she cops.
Like
trying to put him up over there, but he's still sexy.
Girl again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving this countdown along. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 has to be the Night Slashers. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just imagine a horror theme beat 'em up. Just imagine it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not a fan of horror. You know, I don't like the horror stuff. But I actually like this beat 'em up. I remember playing it back in the day before I played it on MAME. I checked it out. Shout out to my homie B. He hooked me up with this. Y'all want to see playthrough of it on my channel? I have an iCard going across there right now if y'all want to go watch that. But man, Night Slash was kind of fun. You know, I enjoyed it. They had the hot chick on there. Hot. She was like martial arts specialist, and they had the other guy that's, I think he was a bounty hunter. And then you had the half cyborg guy, Violent Storm or something he say. But man, you pretty much you fight zombies, vampires, and I think if I remember correctly, you fight a dude that look like Dracula on there. They just didn't say it. And then I think well, I don't want to spoil it, but last boss, he crazy looking. That's all I'm going to say. But, man, it's a great beat 'em up, and you pretty much trying to take back the town. The town got overrun by zombies and vampires. You just try to take back the town and save your town. It's pretty tight, ladies and gentlemen. Beat 'em ups at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. You go in there and you're beating up undead creatures. And then I remember I think the American version was different than the Japanese version. The Japanese version had the blood in it. And then I think the American version, when the zombies die or whatever, they turn green or something like that. You know, that censorship. That censorship still going on way back then, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 has to be Night Slashers. Being on fire. Literally. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 has to be Final Fight. Wow. The arcade version, not that garbage Super Nintendo version. Y'all know how I feel about that Super Nintendo version. But ladies and gentlemen, Final Fight is Capcom's, you know, they almost, I can't say they first foray into beat 'em up, but it was the first one that just went to another level, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you didn't know, a little history on this, Final Fight was supposed to be called Street Fighter 89. They was gonna make it, you know, they're gonna turn Street Fighter into a beat 'em up, and folks didn't, like the people, the arcade goers, the arcade owners didn't know. They said, well, that don't make no sense. You know, this don't look like Street Fighter. They're gonna confuse people with it. But Capcom said, all right, let's call it Final Fight. And there you have it, folks. A franchise born. Came out in 1989. You played with a guy, the ninjutsu master. Then you had Cody, you know, the street brawler, and Mike Hagar. He the mayor of the city. That mayor, I will not bother him. I'll elect him every time. I will be his friend. Apparently, the Mad Gear gang has kidnapped Jessica, his daughter, and you got to go beat up some punks and take her back, ladies and gentlemen. Love beat 'em up tropes. That's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. And if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Just go through the streets and get Mike Hagar's daughter back, Jessica. And hey, what more can be said about Final Fight, ladies and gentlemen, that has not already been said already? I'm gonna be quiet. Let the beat 'em up, the awesome footage y'all see in the background, me playing, speak for itself. I'm stop being silly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 6 has to be Final Fight. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last 5. Thank you guys and girls for sticking with me for so long. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Anyways, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 has to be Cadillac and Dinosaurs. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the arcade version of this game is freaking amazing. And this is, unfortunately, we cannot buy this nowhere because it's stuck in the arcades. Capcom won't bring it out of punishment out of the dungeon. It's stuck in there, ladies and gentlemen. Never came out the consoles. Great beat 'em up as it's fine. I think it's 3 or 4 player co-op. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. You play with the hot chick Hannah, then 2 or 3 other beat 'em up. You got the strong guy, the medium guy, and I think about 3, 4 different characters you can play with. And apparently it's in the late 2006 or something. And apparently these people picking on dinosaurs and it's a crazy storyline, ladies and gentlemen, but the storyline is great. Beat 'em up, Capcom beat 'em up at its finest. Love this game. Finally got a chance to play it thanks to Ben. Shout out to my homie Ben once again, who me up with Maine. Because like I told y'all guys and girls, if it wasn't for emulation, we would not be able to play any of these awesome games. And man, love some Cadillac and Dinosaurs. Love playing through it. Had a great time playing through it. I might play through it again, ladies and gentlemen, because that's how fun it is. If you can, ladies and gentlemen, my PC players out there, pick up Maine. It's the only way you can play it, unfortunately. But I ain't going to say no much more because I don't said a lot about this game back in the past. And I'm not going to harp on it no more because it's that awesome. It speaks for itself. Enjoy the gameplay for its background. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 has to be Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last 4. Let's get this thing moving, baby. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. Wow, now, ladies and gentlemen, I have so many fond memories. If you was a kid in the 90s, male or female, I don't care, whatever, you probably knew about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Michelangelo, the best turtle, at me. Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael, they finally got their own not fighting game, but beat them up, and the rest is history, ladies and gentlemen. Fire! Hang on, April. You gotta save the homegirl April. Although, like, nowadays, April fighting with them in Shredder's Revenge, which is pretty tight. But man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I remember playing this If you was, like I said, if you was a kid in the 90s, man, you had a ball. Me and 3 other kids also. Cowabunga, dude! Man. Oh, what more can be said about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that has not already been said already? I'm not going to cheapen it anymore. Y'all enjoy the gameplay footage coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number, what we at, 4? Has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last 3. Like I said, thank you guys, girls, for sticking with me for so long. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 3 has to be the Punisher. Wow, leave it to Capcom, ladies and gentlemen, to take Marvel character. This was, the Marvel and Capcom whole relationship pretty much got started. They took the character Punisher, Frank Castle, and made a beat 'em up out of it, ladies and gentlemen. And Frank Castle, he ain't about that play like like, oh, give the criminals another chance. No, he a Punisher. His name speaks for itself. If you get in his way, he gonna kill you. Nothing else can be said about Frank Castle. He gonna kill you. Pretty much the whole Punisher storyline, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't know. Some mobsters, I think it might have been, I don't know who it was, killed his whole family. Had his whole family slaughtered, and he survived, and he won his revenge. And him and Nick, what is it, Nick Castle? Did I say it right now? Nick Fury, my bad. Y'all know him. Y'all, Nick was white back then. He black now. Y'all seen yeah, they deserve to die. I hope they're burnt. Y'all know who Nick Fury is. You watch the Marvel movies, but back then he was, his character was white. But man, beat him up at his finest, ladies and gentlemen. You fight all type of Marvel villains into this thing, and like I said, Punisher, he is ruthless, boy. He don't care about your whatever. You evil, he gonna kill you. That's all. Nothing else can be said, man. This was awesome beating him up. I had almost forgot about the Punisher. I remember I beat this in the arcade back in the day, and man, it was great. Now don't get me wrong. I gotta give Sega Genesis credit. Sega Genesis, they was all the mature. If you looked at Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo I'm tripping. Growing up back in the 90s, you like Sega like the more mature console, and Super Nintendo was like the family console. Like everybody console. But Sega Genesis tried to make this game, and it did pretty good. It ain't gonna look as good as the arcade, but it was pretty good. I give them credit. I remember playing the Punisher. I first played the Punisher on the Sega channel. It was fun. And I did beat that version of it, but I did beat the arcade version of it, and I loved it. Pumped a lot of quarters into this game. Awesome beat 'em up, nice, special moves, all kind of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Good storyline, too. I enjoyed The Punisher. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 3 has to be The Punisher. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last two. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 has to be Alien versus Predator. Man, wow, this is another great game. Beat 'em up. It's stuck in the arcade and never came out the consoles. It's a crying shame that this game never came out the console, ladies and gentlemen. The only way you can play this game is pretty much main, and if you go and buy that $300 peripheral that Capcom put out, I don't even know if that was Capcom. It might have been some third-party folks that Capcom teamed up. It's an arcade Capcom stick. Costs about $300 on Amazon. I'll look up the price for you guys and girl if you really want to do it. But basically, the basic way to play it is pretty much do main. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a crying shame that this game is still left in the arcade. I was shocked that Capcom has not brought this back out. You got Lin Kawasawa, hot, pretty much the dude just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They can't say that, you know, they'll get sued. And then you had the two Predators, and pretty much the aliens done came and took over their universe and tried to take over the Earth over there. And the Predators team up with you, the humans, to you know, save the world. And you know, beat 'em ups, ladies and gentlemen. What more can be said about beat 'em ups? Great beat 'em up fun. Lin Kawasawa, you see her in the background of Street Fighter Alpha 2, a Ken stage. But you know, you got the weapons on there where you can shoot the gun and have it. Well, especially there's one stage on there where you power up, you have infinite ammo, you just blow up aliens, and it's just fun, ladies and gentlemen. Just clean beat 'em up fun, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, enjoy the background footage. That's me up there slashing up some stuff, you know, on the video game. I enjoy Alien vs Predator. I remember I first played this at an arcade up north from where I'm from. I remember just playing that. That was fun, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed Alien vs Predator. And shout out once again to my homie Ben for hooking me up with main. Like I said, that's only the way. Well, like I said, y'all try to knock emulation. Only real way to play these games is emulation, because in the arcade, that you can find your arcade Alien vs Predator machine. I don't even know if you do find an arcade machine of Alien vs Predator. Probably cost you about $10,000, knowing the retail market and retro market nowadays. These folks crazy how much money they want for this stuff. Wow, I'm glad I ain't collecting nowadays. I'm glad. Anyways, I ain't gonna get into that. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 has to be Alien vs Predator.
All right. Oh!
Wait.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the number 1. And my number 1 favorite arcade beat 'em up game of all time is Ninja Baseball Batman. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is one crazy game. One of the crazy looking game I've ever seen in my life, but it's fun on top of fun on top of fun. Ninja Baseball Batman. Shout out to Angry Video Game Nerd. He was talking about this, but I had heard about this game a while ago from Maine. I think, shout out to my homie John. I think he first let me play it. And oh yeah, play with 4 different baseball characters. The guy with the red jersey on, blue jersey, and the big guy. You know, got to have the big guy on now. And pretty much this storyline is so crazy that I can't even tell you what it's about, because that's how wacky the storyline is. Now, this game has so many special moves in it. Saya kick! So many special moves in it that every time I go back and play this game, I learn a different move every time I play it. I don't play through at least two or three different times. I'll be honest with you. That's how fun the game is. And the gameplay is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4-player co-op. I think IRM made it. I think they only made like 400, maybe 400 of these things, maybe 40. I don't know how many arcade machines they made. I'm very surprised. I don't even know who owns the rights to this game. They need to bring this game back out to consoles, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I've been stressing this throughout the whole top 15 beat 'em up spew I've been talking about. If it wasn't for emulation, this game would have been lost in time, because it's left on the arcade. It never came out to consoles. Never came out to It never came out to PlayStation, Nintendo. None of that. None of us got that. So how else can we play it other than emulation? I'm telling you. That's where emulation comes in handy, ladies and gentlemen. So before you knock emulation, think about stuff like this. Emulation and MAME and all these different emulators out there, that's keeping our video games alive, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to tell y'all. Trying to tell you. But man, Ninja Baseball Batman, great video game. Great beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Beat 'em up at its finest. All type of mechanics in this game. You can even do special moves, all kind of stuff on this game. Like I said, when I play through it over and over again, I learn something new every time I play. That's when you know a beat 'em up is off the chain, when you play through it over and over again and you don't get bored of it. Love me some Ninja Baseball Batman, ladies and gentlemen. It may throw you off with the Batman title. It's not Bruce Wayne. It's not him. It's Batman. I guess they talking about the bats, but I couldn't even tell you what the storyline about is that wacky and crazy. But it's fun. It's a fun beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite arcade beat 'em up of all time. But that about wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen, for this rendition of my top 15 favorite arcade beat 'em ups of all time. Leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite arcade beat 'em ups of all time. I know I missed a lot of them, so y'all leave comments below of your top 15 arcade beat 'em ups of all time. I would really like to know. Thank you guys and girls once again for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos like this one on the way. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out. I say you fight an airplane on an airplane. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We got the bat. Next enemy's waiting for us on the steamship. Alright. Stage 2 in Costco, look like it. Oh! We on the car, yes! Ah! Beat 'em ups, man. That's one of the rarest ones. Irene. I'm definitely going to have to replay this one again with some friends. I'm just doing a solo playthrough for you guys. And girls. But yeah, this is a video game. It came out of arcades only. The only way you can play it is you know, main.